Hey everybody, how we doing? So, thought I'd pull together a little cup of coffee last minute, and let's see if I could put on some background music. So it's almost New Year's, right? I think it was last New Year's. Um, I was on Bearded Viking's channel, and Bearded Viking did a live for I think it was 12 hours or 24 hours. It was something crazy. He had all sorts of guests on and stuff. And when I happened to go on there, it was Vaping Bogan was on there, completely just annihilated drunk. And it was pretty funny to see. I mean, he was starting to fall asleep on camera and everything. So I did this kind of spur of the moment. I have regular content that I planned on doing today. But I figured I would just throw this together as a little warm up and just something to do. What am I using right now? Yeah, I'm getting to that. I actually wrote out a little schedule of stuff to do, to talk about. So I got all sorts of stuff wicked up right now. Because of the holidays, I've had this whole week off. Got that for yeah. You know, when you cut your own hair, you could stay on top of it. It don't cost you nothing. Best investment ever. Bought a pair of $20 clippers and never had to cut my hair again. At a shop. Yeah, doing it myself. I 2 mirrors and that's it. What are they called? Yeah, wall clippers. Standard set of wall clippers I picked up at CVS a couple years ago, and that was it. So, where should we start? I guess we'll start with what I'm using, which is all. I was trying to gather everything. I thought I'd have plenty of time to pull this together, but a half hour went by really fast, though. Let's see. So I got my two. Yeah, it's it took me a long time to figure out what I was doing with cutting hair. My mom's actually a hairdresser. You'd think I would just have her do it, but if I let her do it, I'd get two haircuts a year. So can't really rely on her for much. So good thing she don't watch these videos. See, look, I can't even refill my. Where are we at? I always just have my juice out and about. Can never find stuff. Here we go. Ryan Scott, what's up? So, got Air Factory, Cookie Crunch. There we go. We're focused. This is actually. Thanks, Ryan. The other Ryan. I'm actually using a different camera. It's I'm constantly jumping around cameras trying to find something useful. Because the camera that I've been doing the last few reviews with, it's it's a little bit more of an ordeal to hook up and shoot with, and because of the way it's designed, you can only shoot for 10-minute intervals. So after 10 minutes, that's it. Like it stops and that's a file. Whereas what I'm doing now is like I got a real cheap webcam that a relative gave me on Christmas, and that's what I'm using. It says it's 720p, but I don't feel like it is. It's pretty rough, but at least this way I can just, I don't have to worry about runtime. So we're like about 6 minutes in. I'll just start getting into stuff. So right here, this is one of my go-to vapes right here. So I got the Unica by Art and Mod, and this is the Unknown RBA inside. One of the early ones. This was from the first drop. And we got Shifter Tip by Protocol on top. We're running 0.44. I don't know what's in here. I think it's a Fresno fog coil. It could be Captain Clapton. 28.88 watts. Why 0.8? I don't know. Yeah, and what is this? Oh, it's actually just in a standard Boro, black Boro Delrin. So this is like a go-to vape, and I just said I had Air Factory Cookie Crunch in there. In my 38 by Box My Mafia with a clear Pro Row, all 38 accessories or BMM accessories. I have a clear capped Protocol Atom in there, the original Atoms. Now there's like, I don't know, 4 iterations of it, right? What's up, Miner? What I use in this, God, where's my stuff at? I use Beard Tobacco Chino. All my juices are 3 milligram. Geez. Oh, here it is. It's always right hidden in plain sight. I love this stuff. This is like a top 3 favorite juice for me. It's sweet, but it's still, people hear tobacco and they get like, they either love it or hate it. Doesn't really taste like tobacco. It's more like an RY4. It almost has some like syrupy elements. Sometimes people that don't vape, like if they smell this, they may think like I'm vaping something like pancakes or something. It's an RY4 kind of vibe to me. But yeah, tobacco chino, like cappuccino. In the Ultima Ion, I got the Dope VWM Dope with a Quantum Tip, also by Protocol. Pretty soon I'll be throwing on a VWM tip on here. And otherwise it's, pretty stock here. Oh yeah, that's an Armor Bunker Boro inside. I really like those Boros. I wish I had more of them. They were actually kind of exclusive. I think there was only like, I don't quote me on this, but I think like 100 made or some like really limited number. Which, yeah, the bunker. I mean, I don't know what it is about it that I like so much. It has that cutout at the top, so you can always slide it down easily. The gasket tolerance is good. The cutout, like the way it is underneath, easy access. You know how for example, the Proro, it's so boxed off at the base of it. And for instance, the Jenna RBA, that has, when you have that MTL disc on it, you can't actually put that on with a Proro. So I mean, that's just one RBA, but I'm sure there's other RBAs out there that have, it becomes an issue. Yeah. I think there's another one, Gus Vape, Gus Mods or whatever, however the Gus. I know they're like an older high end company. They released an MTL RBA called the Aeolus. I think that's how you say it, Aeolus, something like that. And I'm pretty sure that has some kind of base airflow ring that would probably go on underneath the Boro. And again, the Pro would probably gets in the way of that too. So here is the Moab by the Addy Smith Hellfire. I don't know if I have. I think the juice that I always use in there is like across the room, but it's an M-Turk juice, Turkish maize. That is probably my second favorite juice. Oh, I forgot to tell you what was in this. Sorry, I'm jumping around here. That's probably not here too. Anyhow, this has Casadega cannoli bee nuts in it, so that's cannoli pistachio, a juice I would never thought I would like, but cannoli bee one. I mean, or Casadega, they do some good juice, I think. So I'm gonna read chat for a second. Metal cage broke. KBR-S. Yeah, I would like to try that. KBR-S. They had a few different pre-orders go up, and I just didn't bother. You end up waiting so long, and I didn't even know whose pre-order to go with. There's so many, in all different groups. I just figured I'd hold out. But now I kind of wish I did it now that I got the Ultim Ion, because I would like to dress it up with some of those accessories, like their MVP tip. I'd like one of those, and maybe like a clear and Ultim S Pro. That would be pretty cool. But they'll be around, I'm sure. It makes you wonder, since I don't know this for sure, but since I have a feeling that interest is kind of dwindling a little bit in the whole Boro category, it makes me wonder, will companies start to kind of limit their productions? China does that already. They don't crank out as many products as they used. Not only are the products limited, but the quantity that they crank out is limited, because they're not confident that they'll be able to sell them all, so they're not going to overproduce them. And high-end stuff is, I'm assuming, will be working like that too. I don't know if I want to hit every single thing I'm vaping here. So I got the Unific by Umods with the Tripod V2 and the Dwarf DL drip tip on top. And what's in here? In there, I have Twist. I never know where the bottles are. I have Twist Frosted Amber, it's called, which previously was called Sugar Cookie. That's another favorite juice of mine. Here we got the Knocked with a resin panel set on there that I got from Vaping Art a while ago with a BMM drip tip. And inside we got the AMU MTL in a limelight tank. Okay, what's in here? I know it's in here. Can't ever find the bottles though. It's killing me. Okay, well, it's not a brand name anyway. Here's the other one he sent me. This is Rice Krispies. The one that's in here is called a Fuego, something like that. It's like a coffee type thing. It's relatively bitter, but it's really good. I mean, like, this is like a coffee vape, but it's a lot more sweet. Anyhow, I liked it. I like it a lot. This is from Tom O'Halloran, and he runs Speakeasy, and he hooked me up with some juice when I traded with him for this 38 special, and I still use it. And at first they weren't super steeped well, but the Fuego or whatever, that was already pretty good from the start. But this, it took a little bit, but this came around, and this is really good too. This I didn't even realize it was actually the letters were switched around. Instead of it saying Rice Krispies, it says Kais Rispies. Okay. I broke this out. I haven't used this in a while because it's Juma, and the way it feels very fragile. So the yes, we all know how I feel about unsteeped juice. We could get to that in a little bit. So this is the Juma El Cigar Prisma EYN. Everything you need. Got some Damascus looking engraving on there or whatever. And inside here, I have the Voltrove RVA and a mission tip on top. So let's see what's in here. I know what's in here now. In there, we got good old baked cornflake sugar cookie. Love it. Great stuff. Definitely one of my favorites. I had been using that exclusively with this little number. I just never. I bought this on a whim. When I did the review, I mentioned like I hadn't bought like China, like brand name China stuff in a long time, and just felt so compelled to get this nitrous RTA. And I never even had the nitrous RDA, but it looked good. It's just I hadn't. I kind of fell out of favor with RDAs for a while there. So when this came out, just the design of it and everything, I had a feeling it was going to be good, and I was using this over so many RTAs for the longest time, which, you feel kind of silly doing it. You have these RTAs that are so expensive, and you're just using a $30, $40 RTA instead. So it's crazy. They paid me to say that. Yeah, I mean, I wish. I don't know. Some reason that nitrous is like really good, and that's what I was using in it. The sugar cookie, cornflake sugar cookie. Here we got a Harpy Harbor, Harbo R. This is one of the really early Harbor, and I feel like it's just, it feels like I don't know. They're both fine, but for some reason I feel like this one is just built a little better in some weird way, or maybe it's like a sentimental thing because it's the first one I got. I don't know. And I love the Delrin on it, the smooth Delrin, because this has engraving on it. It's broken up, so there's there's cracks in it, you know, so you don't have that smooth feeling that you get with this. And it's only on the binding. It's like the panels are a little more rough feeling. Anyhow, I get weird about texture. I don't know. So it's got some aftermarket Raffier buttons on it and stuff. We got a Peak Pro Row in there. And this is the Psych by Cyclone Mods and Susco Kirsch. So I have a Kirsch. I really thought it was interesting when I first got it because you could technically run dual coils in there, which I have, round wire, and worked great. And but you know, after a while, I don't know, I just kind of fell out of favor with it, and then this came out, and I just thought it was the Kirch with new clothes on, you know, some different engraving and a different chimney, but it actually vapes significantly better to me. I can't really pinpoint why. The deck is a little different, but not very different. May have to do with the way the pins are made. I'm not sure. Inside this, we have Dem Fangs, Sweet Thang. It's like a hazelnut type deal, by Prohibition. It's pretty good. I've maybe bought, or you know what? That's not what's in there. I just realized it. This is in there. The Captain. And this is actually 0 milligram. I was on a 0 milligram kick for a little bit. Because I felt like I was getting too sensitive to nicotine since I vape constantly. I get nicked out sometimes, you know. The Captain, geez, who is this by? I think this is by Cloud. What are they called? Cloud Express. I may have another bottle of something of theirs over here. Or maybe not. My juice is like all over the place. Something Express. I think it's just Cloud Express. I'm pretty sure they make that. Okay. Here we have this little beauty. I haven't really talked too much about this. This is my second resin Unica art and mod with another BMM tip on top. Pro Row, and inside the Pro Row is a titanium mob mini. In here I have more Turkish maize. The earlier they were, the more they cared about the harbor. Yeah, I could see that. But I hear, I don't want to get too far into this yet, but I hear the Harbor Slims, they look like they're pretty nice quality. I think it's funny that they named it a Slim after BXR named theirs Slim. Like, I understand why BXR named it Slim, and okay, I guess the Harbor one is Slim, but it's like it's a whole different mod. It doesn't really look like a regular Harpy Harbor, so why not just name it something different? Like, names are, some people don't give a shit, but yeah, it is wide, right? But I know it's short. I've seen pictures, like comparison pictures. A friend of mine got one and had it up against his Unica actually, and I could see how small it was. But you have names; you can name things anything, and names are a great outlet to, like, boost that creativity, and it's a great marketing you know uh, factor that you need to take advantage of, I think. And just to do what China does and just name stuff like, the what's that company? The S S SX Mini, the SX Mini 1, the XX Mini 1 plus 2, the XS Mini 1 plus 2 plus 3, or whatever. You know what I'm getting at. It's just, you could do so much with names. It's a great outlet to push the creative aspect of it, and you just like named it something that already used that term, slim. I don't know. It's, you know, it's maybe like a petty thing to even argue about, but it's just, you know, I feel like they're missing an opportunity with the naming stuff. So you kind of expected it to be less wide with the exposed battery. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know why it looks the way it looks either. Um, it was, I think they were trying to just make it look like this damn thing. I hate this thing. Now this is a clone. Um, uh, I have to admit, um, I wasn't ever gonna get the real thing. 'Cause I just don't even like it, and I just got it just to like get an idea of what this thing was like, and I guess I can't really judge the quality of a KBR through a clone, but just with the way it feels and everything, it's just not for me. But anyhow, getting off topic here, I feel like they just kind of ran with this look, you know, because this did so friggin' well, and people are spent so much money on these to get these. Companies take notice to that, and they kind of jump on that bandwagon of it. So they wanted to make it look a little bit like the KBR, and the Tag 60 looks a little bit like the KBR, and there's a bunch of them. I'm not going to single out all these companies, and I'm not trying to knock them for it. It makes sense why they're doing that, but sorry, I'm like shaking the table. It makes sense why they're doing that. It's just, do they even like that look? Does any, like, I used to talk to people and ask them, like, if you privately PM people and ask them about the KBR, most of them can't even come up with anything about like why they like it or if they actually do like it. But then those same people at some point have, you know, praised them and sought them out, or they have, you know, I don't know. The control panel sets for them are really nice, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they were really popular before that even happened. So can't just say it's because of the accent of the control panels. You know, sometimes hype just catches on, and people just run with it. And, you know, next thing you know, you created a monster. So here is the Critival Crit Box C-Bot. This is a honeycomb pattern on it, and this is the die codes, Extreme V3 in there. And we got some Rusty Water control panel on there. Now he had two different sets. Too bad this can't do close focus. I'm just learning this now. He had two different sets. He had one that had the faceplate panel and the base plate as a panel. That was like for 130, I think. And then just this one was like $100, just for the front panel. Which it'd be cool to have both, but I mean it's on the bottom. You don't see it anyway, and then you just see it from the side, and then it looks mixed matched because you got one. You know what I mean? They'll be different. They won't be symmetrical. So I was fine with just getting the front panel. It's just crazy that for another $30 I could have got a whole other panel with it, you know. But that's just the way it was, and they sold out really fast. So I just got this one, and I always wanted some kind of Rusty Water control panels. All my control panels are, except for my Ion, but most of them look the same. I have that Dimension Moongazer style, like the black and gray Raffier look, which I like. It's just always had a thing for rusty waters too. So that's that. I got another white protocol shifter on top. We got the Eden by Link. Got that RBA in there with the stainless steel cap that they sent me later down the line. That fortunately Ryan dispersed through the U.S. community. Anyhow, I really like that with control. Most of the, think if not all control stuff, he uses a fire bar instead of a round button, and just makes it a lot easier to get your hands on it and fire it. You're not looking for the button. It's right there. That's why I like fire bars. They're just right there. They're easier to find. They're easier to press. So so inside here I have Turkish tradition. Now people think this Turkish tradition is a tobacco juice, and it's marketed as that, but it's really not. Like all his juices, they say one thing, but they actually taste like another. They're all a version of butterscotch, essentially. So this is more like a vanilla butterscotch with a little bit of. Actually, it's a caramel butterscotch that gives you a little hint of like it could be a tobacco flavor. That's about it. Um, by the way, this mod is as good as sold, I believe. We got the Green Pro too. Failed to mention. Believe this is as good as sold. But I'll likely be acquiring another CBOT down the line. But I PM someone that was looking for it, and I'd done business with them before, and I threw out the price I wanted, and they may have sent me the money for it already. I don't know, but it's most likely on the way out. I didn't trade it because I need my priority right now is actually buying a camera, a specific camera for like cinematography. Looking to get back into it. So right here we got a billet box. WTF BX. I used to think it was what the fuck, but it's actually White Tiny Flex. It says splats, they call it a flex. I don't know. And on top of there, we got a Mission thruster integrated tip. These are some Flake McCool panels. I miss McCool. Where's McCool? I guess he could have did other stuff, not just billet box panels. I like McCool stuff. Anyhow, we got a gold at Mizzou vape snail on there. An oldie but goodie. I love this bridge still. I mean, there's so many bridges that have come out, and yet I feel like this holds up with the best of them. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, but it, just comparatively looking at it, like for how old this thing is, it's so good. I don't know. You wick it similarly to a Voltro. It's got plenty of pins. It's just very nice. And these are I think I said this in a recent video. These are Milky Way Topo switches, or switch and enter. And Ryan's gonna like this one. So inside here is oh my god, now I'm forgetting the name. It's 3 letters, begins with a J, JMA. It's the biscuit. What is it? Is it just biscuit and something? Biscuit and custard, or biscuit and something? Yes, that is in there, and it's relatively steep. I think it's good to go. They are an acquired taste, I feel, that brand. It's different. So am I all over the place or what? Oh, okay. So no, I talked about this one because I sometimes put the same juice in different. It depends on how custard and biscuit. Yeah, thanks. It depends on how much I like a particular juice. I'll run it in two different setups. So here's my Astro with Cosmos tip on there, and that is a clear Pro. And there is a SXK Jenna gunmetal. So I don't know what happened. I probably, if my first Jenna wasn't, I don't know what was wrong with it. It seemed like defective or something, but I would have kept the authentic one had I gotten along with it better. I don't know what was wrong with it, but this one wicks fine for me, and I actually really like it now. So it's a shame. I don't know what happened with the first one. I'm doing nothing different, but yet this one wicks and vapes like a charm for me, and my authentic one, I couldn't get it to work right. It's unexplained. Inside here is M Turk. It's actually not tradition in this one. Um, this has Turkish blend in it, which is similar. It's a vanilla and custard, or vanilla and butterscotch. Yeah, and this probably needs a rewick. Um, and I'm pretty sure I have a James Mucklin coil in this. I'm really liking James Mucklin coils. I got them for the first time recently. That's what I have in my Moab too. My Moab has my Delro Mob Mini in there that I got from Ryan actually. And I love the Moab. It's great. Integrated tip. But yeah, this has Turkish maize in it. I think I said. But yeah, got a James Mucklin coil in this, and I love it. I noticed the difference. Like I feel like his are like a cut above. I really do feel like they're something special. I don't know. But I love that setup anyway. It's always been good. So I did talk about this. Here's one. I got to fill this up too. Here's my Ion Delrin with a quantum tip on top by Protocol, with a white Delrin Protocol Pro, with a Psycho Mod HMMR hammer RBA inside, with the widest inserts, airflow inserts. That's how I run it. I don't know if I could find something like instrumental. I didn't realize this had. I don't even know if you can hear it, but yeah. Oh yeah, control panels. I don't know what these ones are called. This like bluish white one. These are the older control panels for it though. The newer ones actually have like the fire bar is built into the panel, like you would see on the Borat ones. Whereas this, you're actually using the stock fire bar button, and the panel just goes over. But I like the K cutout, and I just think the colors that he went with are pretty unique on the older uh, Ion panels for control. So yeah. Oh, inside here I have Casadega Can Only Be Cookie. That is like that Oreo kind of cookie, but it's cannoli. Here it is. Finally found a juice. Hey, Jim VV, what's up? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. Looking forward to that Skynet video, Jim. A treat. Skynet. I love that they named it that. Pretty cool. I've been feeling kind of over it, over bridges at least, and they had to come out with that. I cannot turn down. I mean the OG Skyline is like a top 3 RBA for me. So seeing that they made RBA, it's just I feel compelled to get it. Makes me wonder, like, will we see a NAR RBA, and what would they name it? You know what I mean? It can't be a NARBA because they already did that, which would make sense. It would be NARBA, but hey, they already did NARBA. Audio's cutting. Audio cutting? Shoot. Where did we leave off? I know I turned the music off. Yeah, I was saying about the NAR mods. If they, I'm good now. Thank you. If NAR mods made an RBA, what would it be called, right? Oh no, we got like straight up Beach Boys. I'm just looking for some like generic instrumental surf tracks. That would be pretty cool, right? So yeah, the Narva. I know that's the last thing he did, and I've only seen one. I've only seen one Narva in the buy sell trades ever so far, and it was in Speakeasy. That's it. I mean, I'd love to get a hold of one. I want to know. I just want to know how many there are in general in the wild. How many Narvas are out there? I'd love to try it. But yeah. I have this same juice, the can only be cookie. This is empty right now, but in this, the Typhoon GT3 with the Vicious Ant Marquee, and this setup's been going good for me. I like this thing a lot. I almost thought this was broken at one point, kind of like right after I did the review for it. So I did the review right away. It was an unboxing. Oh, I'm skipping. I just seen a glitch type deal, and my viewers have dropped too, so that's a bad sign. So it's just like a push and turn type battery cap, like you'd see on a Moab or something, and you use a flathead screwdriver to tighten it. Well, if you forget to tighten it, it's going to be loose in there, I guess. I didn't hear any battery rattle, but I was getting crazy hot button, and then eventually it just wouldn't turn on anymore. I thought it died, and I started to write Vicious Ant about it and everything, and then just messing with it a little more, I tightened it, and everything was fine, and it's been working great since. But that was a scare. I seen in Mark Todd's vlog the other day, some guy saying his Vidar Boro mod Vicious Ant just did. That it died after like a couple days, and you know what I mean. I always hear horror stories about Vicious Ant's wiring and stuff, so I'm just glad it's been holding up. You know, yeah, adjustable battery contact. I don't think I mean I've seen them. I just don't think I've had any other mods to have that. I can't. Oh no, you know this has it, which is also a stab. My only other stab mod, the Alieno, that has it too, but you actually do turn it all the way too. It's not just like a quarter turn battery cap, so it's never caused me a problem on that one. So I got a lot. How we're almost an hour in. I have like a fair bit of stuff I want to talk about. I don't want to just spend the whole time talking about what I'm vaping, but I'm just gonna run through some other stuff that I have over here. Getting a little carried away with the with what I've been vaping. it's not what the whole vlog's about. So got my Orca with the titanium blue Haku Zeta in here. This also has twist frosted amber or sugar cookie, whatever you want to call it. On top of that is, I don't know if they even named this. This is this is a Hussar tip. It came with like 3 different things. It was like Ultim Clear and White Delrin. I like these tips. They're actually not integrated though. Comes with a flush nut, and it's like a proprietary flush nut deal. It's a little I mean, I like integrated, it's better, but it's a very nice whistle tip design that I do like. Speaking of Skyline, here's the Skyline on a Boxer 100C. Here's the block by Bestia with some frosted panels with a blue Pro inside. And this guy here is the Air V2 RBA. And this is a protocol. This is the other kind of quantum tip that they did. Clear acrylic. Here we got the Cyclone Squevo DNA 60. I bought this right when he discontinued them, or when he closed his online shop down a couple of years ago. So this is a really nice mod, and in this price bracket, there's not too many DNA 60 Squonk mods. So I really like this. It's a weird shape and everything. Definitely like odd to hold, and it's fairly tall for a high-endish mod. But it's very nice. I like the square button. And on top of there, we have a Narca with some really cool accessories I got for it. I can't remember the guy's. I think his name's Ricardo Monslav or something. Monoslav, something like that. He makes these. It's a tip and beauty ring that has little Narca or little Narmod symbols in it. Sorry, I can't focus close. I just learned today. But yeah, this is number 15, this Narca. I'm going to hopefully do a Narca video soon and a MAV-T video soon, because both mods have such great machining, and I really want to show off the machining quality to them. It's very nice. Just like they have like these really like little like nuance type marks in them, machine marks and stuff. It's just like, it's really impressive when you think about it. It's all gone. It's all gone here too. It's all good here too. It's 50 today. Yeah, it's definitely warming out. I'm very surprised. It was got kind of warmer out yesterday too. I think it's going to be warm tomorrow as well. Whereas this time last week, it went down to like 10 degrees. Jesus Christ! I got all these mods behind me too. Here's my. I got to stop this madness. Been in Michigan for a year. What you doing there? So, I'm sorry. I'm trying to like jump in the chat and I have no idea. So, BMM, Bordeaux, Stashbox 2.1, Cracked Earth, and we got some peak buttons. We got a Wick'd theme. We got an unknown phase tip from his second or third batch of phase tips, kind of blending together with my titanium toxic mob V2 mob 2 in a plain boro, and yeah, stash box. What is in here? Let's see. In here, we got more M-Turk. Pumpkin AF, pumpkin as fuck. Looks like this bottle's been through war, right? But love pumpkin as fuck. It's very good. I need more of it soon. Here we got my Delro with some dimensions on them by Control. It's not the big button. I like the big button version better. I think it looks cooler, but nonetheless, it's still very nice. And it's a fire bar built into the panel. I love that about Control. Control tip. Inside, we got a Kill It Customs Kill Lab RBA. And a white Pro. This is the D60E, E for Evolve. And it's backwards. I know it's in here. I got Basic B in here by Transistor. This is a butterscotch. Just ordered some more. Love this stuff. I thought they were out of business for a minute there because sometimes it's hard to find their stuff. Here's my bow rat with some Moongazer, control panels, BMM tip, vase tip, whatever. Armor AMBB. Looks like a white Pro in there. Probably putting everyone to sleep with just doing this, but baked pistachio delight. This is probably my favorite juice right now. All right, last one, guys. Sorry, I spent like a goddamn hour talking about what I'm vaping. Never again. So yeah, last one. I swear. So BMM Billy Club V2. Narcum Streebog edition. Love this thing. So, inside here we got a new one from Baked. This is a new juice that they came out with. This is Baked cake batter, which can't even use half that. Dude, I use all this stuff. Are you kidding me? That's why I've been vaping it all as I'm going to show you, like, I'm actively using all this shit. It's madness. And I go in like spurts, like of little, I don't know. I'll take like a bunch of them, go outside, come back in, switch it up, take a bunch of them. And it's like, as long as I keep using all of it, here and there, it all stays good. It keeps, but if you leave a setup alone for like a few days and then go back to it, you'll notice like you don't get a lot of cloudage and the flavors muted and stuff. Like, I don't know, it goes bad or something, or it'll taste weird. But if you just even use it a little bit, everything stays good and everything else gets cleaned and put away. Yeah, I know you use one thing and it's just like, I can't do that. Not only do I feel compelled to use all this shit because I spent all this money on it, which is like that's like the sad reality of it. But I like so many juices. I have at least like 10 juices that I want to use all the time. And breaking it up so that I'm using all these setups, it like proportionately drains each of my tank like evenly and slower. So like, because I use so many juices, I don't kill one bottle of anything that fast. It like times out a lot better. So that's my spiel on that. But yeah, this actually has like a raspberry flavor to it. I wasn't going to get it because of that. Like, I'm real picky about fruit juice flavors. I like desserts of all kind, and that's what I stick with. But my fruit desserts, I'm picky on. I don't use that often. I mostly use fruit desserts in RDAs, and I don't use RDAs that much. So you notice I only had 2 squonk mods set up. So yeah, lots of Boro mods going on. Anyhow, let's get to business here. I can't believe I've been an hour in and I haven't even. You should see all the shit I wrote down to talk about. It's madness. So I'm gonna have top 10 videos relatively soon. For this weekend, I want to get them done. DIY. I would do DIY if I was good at it, or if I like forced myself to make the time to do it. I just don't do it. I don't know. I have the stuff for it. It's just I've only feel like I've come up with maybe like 3 juices that were like really good. And good luck if I can duplicate that again. So let's see. Oh, hot. The title of the video is Hot or Not. So just to be like, you know. All right, so let's see. The Skynet, I feel like that's, goes without saying. A fair bit of interest in it. I know they they close their group, right? Which most companies do, close their group prior to a big release. I guess they feel people that are like fair weather fans of the company may join real quick and try to jump on the products, whereas more loyal patrons to the company could get, could miss out or something. I don't know. So the Harpy Slim we kind of talked about. The Delro D650. Now those are both mods that I wasn't that taken aback by initially. But I'm coming around to them both, especially the Delro. I like that. The Harpy Slim, I admire some things about it, but I can't see me getting one. The BXR Slim, I'm on the fence with Hussar altogether right now. I'm still waiting on the Titanium STM RBA, and I have no idea when that's. They're not, their updates are kind of sparse recently, and I know they just had that big issue with their Boro tanks. They got to replace them. I don't know if that jams up their whole schedule for production now, or if they're just gonna try to fix them down the line, or you got to wonder what comes first. So there's a if you like ions, there's a $700 peak ion that's up for grabs today. There's 5 of them in a rando. So if you really want one, go for it. The Unifico, the new the UMods mod, I like that. I think that's I would give that a thumbs up. Especially because the new tank, and I like the company. Is it that different? Not really. At first I thought it was just the button was in a different spot, but it actually is smaller. There's like a metal tab at the top of it where the old fire button was, and I don't know why that's there. Because it serves no purpose. So I don't know if you could hide that or what, but that was like my other little like critique of it. Speaking of, so as far as I know, VWM Vaporware Mods does the tanks for Greg for UMods. So that would mean he just made the new Uni tank. So it makes me wonder, will we see Costas do something new for VWM soon? A new RTA would be ideal to me. Or what will he do? I mean, I wonder if he would ever do an RDA. At this point, I don't know. I feel like squonking is coming back, so maybe he would. I don't know. El Cigar has a side by side now. He kind of jumped right in from he did EYNs and all sorts of versions. I feel like it ran its course, and interest didn't really catch on with these as much as I thought it would. Um, they are expensive, brand new, and the resale is not very good on them. So, so he moved on to side by sides, and it looks nice. Just saying. RTAs, so the tripod V2. I totally changed my tune about this. I really like this now. It's simplistic. It's all the best things about the original tripod, but better now. I got the extension tank for it, and that really switching it over to DL because I'm not a big MTL guy, and that's how I was using it at first. I like it a lot better now. Bottom line, Casperdina accessories. Casperdina, everybody loves it. It's a great RTA. They didn't make enough accessories for it, and I don't think he plans on making any more of them. Considering it only comes with 2 airflow pins, you'd think you'd have enough accessories to go around for all the RTAs. The GT5, I have used. I don't know. The fill port for it is not as bad as the Aviator fill port. I'm not big on those fill port type things for refilling in general, but definitely works a lot better than the Aviator. Yeah, new VWM. That'd be nice. He got that little emoji. Oh, that's good to hear. So speaking, we'll backtrack a second. Delrose. So you guys may know of Defy, which is Chris Smitty's company, which is mostly like accessories and modifications. He's got a really cool thing with now, like for instance, this is by Chris from Defy, my Orchid panel that we both kind of came up with. And his early stuff, I really didn't know what to expect, and I wasn't sure how far he was going to go with this company. But I feel like he definitely stepped up from back when I dealt with him. His stuff he's really expanded the horizon of his work, and do want to give that a little bit of a nod. And I really like what he's doing with the Delro. So on the Delrin ones, I don't know if he's done it on like a resin one, but on the Delrin Delros, he's doing a cutout window right here to see your burrow, which I think is a really cool modification. It's simple, but it really does a lot for the mod to me. And considering I use control panels on mine and I don't want to take it off, I mean, doing this is no big deal. But I like the fact that he's making a 2 window out of it is pretty cool. I don't know. I doubt it's that much, but pretty cool thing to see that he's doing. Just before I started this stream, some of you may know, I don't even know if I'm saying this right, Shugumar, guy from Black Rose, out of the blue, just PMs me, Happy New Year. Not like a generic group text PM, like Happy New Year. He literally went out of his way. I never even bought a thing from him directly. How you doing? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. He's a very nice guy. Just wanted to say that. He's the guy who made the Spade RBA, and he's got the whale mod out, which is pretty cool looking. So just wanted to give him a nod there. The G-Row, I don't know what to say about that. The G-Row, I would say it's hot. I don't know. I would put it in that category. It's expensive as hell, though. I I bought enough expensive ass mods. I really don't think it does it. It does a lot for me, but I don't think it does that much for me that I'm willing to spend like $1,000 on a mod right now. It's I've never had a Geppetto mod. I've always wanted a Geppetto mod. I think if and when I do get one, I think I would just like a regular regulated one. Um, and they have so many different styles of Geppetto mods. That's what I want actually. The Giro looks cool, but I don't know if I would go for it. Astros, hot or not? Ooh, well, my video was definitely stirred up some interesting comments and stuff. I still haven't sent mine to get Cerakoted, and I don't know when I will, but the 3D printed one is gone. That's where this came in. So, and I'm happy with that. And the person I gave it to or traded to, they felt the same way as I did. So I don't know if they have it anymore either. But the splat ones they did now, they look really cool. I will say that. With the clear inners and stuff, they do look nice. And Mission gave their explanation, and I'm not going to argue with their explanation. I'm just all of what I said was just a gut feeling. It was a gut reaction. I don't know the technical workings of their machining process or any machining process for making 3D printed mods. I just know what I'm feeling and and the reaction it gets out of me. That's it. I'm not accusing them of anything in particular. Was just telling the viewers how I felt about it. That's all. So new stuff coming out. Aaron Vasquez, he runs Bottom Feeders group. He's got an RDA coming out. It's called The Current. Looks pretty cool. And Ross from Unknown, which has been biggest hit of an RBA since the Dope. He's got an RDA coming out next. I don't know what it's called. So it looks like we're seeing a little resurgence with swanking and RDAs and stuff. So that's cool. Roz also has a BMM collab coming out. I don't know if it's just one mod or not. I think it's just for bow rats. I could be wrong. It could be 38s too, but which I'm surprised. I thought he would do it as a 38 specifically. Maybe because the last collab was a 38 with Killick. I don't know. But I don't know. I like both mods almost equally. So it looks great. I like how it's like the logos are like raised out of the body of the mod a little bit, and it's pretty cool. So that's coming out. I don't know if you guys have heard of this company, Demaker, something like that. It's from the Philippines. I just started talking with this guy recently, and see if I can find his name real quick. I just stumbled upon his mods. Apparently, he has been around for a little bit, and his mods normally are just regular mods. And now he's kind of here it is, Noli Gonzalez. Not too many people in the group or anything, but his mods look really nice. And his new Boro mod he's doing, I'm quite interested in, and it's not that expensive. I think he's wanting like 200 for them. I just don't know. From a comment that I read, it doesn't seem like they're ready to go. It seems like this is still in the making. So I think he's collected money for them already too. So I just don't want to get into that. I don't want another clout situation on my hands. So I'm just going to do a wait and see, because I wanted to jump right into that because I thought they were ready to go. But so we'll see. Though he has been around for a while, supposedly, so I just don't want to get into all that. So companies, what happened? So Haku, I guess they're done, right? The last thing they did was the Duet RDA, and haven't seen anything else from them. Otis, that did the Boxer, and the Flow, have not. They've disappeared. It's funny because two of the early Boromod developers, third-party companies to do RBAs, they didn't stick around. They're not around anymore. It's weird. And that was before the boom of it. It's funny how that works out. EVL, they did a Boromod fairly early on, and they're going. I mean, I'm sure John is still around, but just been kind of low key. And I think maybe economics plays into this. Nobody's really looking to jump into any new business ventures, because it's kind of a rocky time economically. That I may understand, So what's coming soon for me? Coming soon will be a Real Mods Bow Reel. I put a down payment on it. Probably going to be paying off the rest of it within the next day or week or whatever. I contacted him out of the blue, told him a color scheme I wanted and a pattern scheme I wanted. He was down for it, and I feel like some of the best modders are like that. You can just contact them out of the blue. They're usually Europeans, and they have great. They use great materials, and they end up giving you the best products. They're just well built, and I don't know. I have high hopes about it. However, and I'm also going to have a little bit of customization to it that references the channel a little bit. So in my head, it's like me getting my own collab. You know what I mean? Which is hokey, but I think that would be cool. So I think Husar actually makes his stuff. And recently, they make everybody's stuff. Aaron Vasquez's RDA, I'm pretty sure, is going to be through Husar. Alex Lubinsky's RDAs are through Husar, who I think he's got another palette coming out as well. So that's 3 RDAs coming. And I found out Link, the Eden is actually made by Husar. So, and then we have Monarchy that's made by Husar. So Husar, dude, they take on a lot, which actually makes me nervous more than anything. It makes me, it's a double-edged sword. I'm confident because apparently they're able to juggle a lot, but at the same time, are they getting a little ahead of themselves? I don't know. But you just gotta hope for the best, I guess. I don't know. So speaking of Husar, the BXR Slim. So I was interested in getting one. I sold my original BXR, which is one of the early models of it, and was looking for the I know they did a PMMA version, which I've never heard of a mod company. I don't know any companies that have made PMMA any mods. I know there's Teflon and some materials you don't hear about too often, but PMMA sounded really interesting to me. So I don't. I got to talk to Ryan about what's happening with that and how much time is in between. Because another thing, so I know they do PMMA versions, but as far as I know, what they got coming out next isn't going to be PMMA. It's actually going to be Palm. It's actually going to be Dalren, which kind of takes it down a notch for me. I mean, it doesn't ruin it to me, but just not quite as appealing. It's just not quite as appealing. And that's just a personal preference type thing. So what else do I got coming? The Submonkey MK60, which is a Diecodes Squonk mod, 3D print it. I have one of those paid for and being made now. It's a Bottom Feeders collab. So I got that through Aaron. It's going to be a brown color with the distressed button, and I'm looking forward to it. I've never had the only Diecodes I've ever had is this, and this is the Extreme V3. This one's actually going to be a BF60, which is a little bit more like of I don't know. It's just a chip that stands out a little bit more to me. So that should be pretty cool. I got the we talked about the control panels for CBOT. I just seen today announced Control having Astro panels. And to my surprise, they're not as colorful as some of the other Control stuff you see. He's kind of going more for that shit. What does he call it? What does he call that style? Flex, I think. And I don't know, just black. It's just very plain looking. But I'm sure there will be colored ones. The design of it itself is very nice. So I'm surprised it took this long. I figured an Astro inners and stuff is very similar to billet, and that's kind of Control's bread and butter before. So, we'll see what goes on there, but it's promising. It looks pretty cool. That's pretty much all I got for what I have coming up in the future, which is not a lot. But I might look into one of those reload RBA. I don't know. I just kind of want to try one of those like side airflow RBAs that are actually like built into the side of an all-in-one type RBA. Seems interesting, but I don't necessarily want another RBTA. I just don't. I don't have a lot of faith in those. Like if I were, I'd maybe get the atemporal, whatever you say, because it's cheap, and if it sucks, then I didn't lose too much money. But I don't know. I'm very leery of those types. So videos in the near future for me, and that's kind of what we'll end on, I think. The MAV-T, I'm still waiting for that 510 adapter that didn't make it with my original receiving of the transaction, I'll say. So I'm waiting on that. I could do the Narca video soon. Kind of show off the machining. Unknown, I'd like to do an Unknown review just because they're so friggin' popular that I know there's Ryan did one recently and I showed it before in a live, but maybe some more thorough exposure to it, considering it's made such a splash in the community, might be a good thing to do. The bow reel whenever I get it, the spade, I may do a thorough review on that. AMBB, I'd kind of like to do a video on that because it's such a good RBA to me, and I feel like in the sea of all the friggin' RBAs out there, it gets overlooked how good it is. I have an Air V1 and an Air V2 by Ground Cloud Innovation, and I'd like to do a video on those to compare them so you can see the differences between the Air V1 and 2. That'd be a cool concept, I think. The Vision RBA by Umbrella Mods, I know there's videos on that. I have one. I could do a video on that if there was interest in it. Chat's pretty dead, huh? Let's see. The dot mob. I have a titanium dot mob that I'd like to do a video on. And I could probably pair that up with the silo, so I could kind of show you the best of both and how I feel about them in comparison to each other. The Atom, I have the B Hazard and the regular original Atom, so I could compare those. Also talk about the other one, the AKO2, and they have, oh, that's another thing. Protocol is a new RBA coming out called the geez, what is it called? It begins with the M. Maybelline, something like that. I forget the name of it. I really do. Where do you score the Mob V2? I would go into buy sell trade groups. Oh, they're on Vaping Art. Well, there you go. If you're not comfortable with Facebook, and since if you don't know where to get it, you're probably new to buying stuff like that. Things that are normally Facebook only. So Ryan's suggestion of going to Vaping Art is probably your best bet because it's just a straight up website and you can just get it that way. You know, I didn't use Vaping Art for the longest time because I didn't think I could buy anything through it. It's very misleading if you don't know what's going on. For one, I don't like the layout of the website. I'm sorry to say. That's just like my tough critique of it. Not that it's like defective or anything. It's just not like very intuitive. But it tells you that you can only, I know I'm looking all over the place for something. It tells you it's for Florida only. It actually says that. So for the longest time, I thought it was for Florida residents only, but it's not. Oh, the Maven. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. I knew it began with an M. But yeah, you don't have to be from Florida to order from Vaping Art. You just have to add Stork to your cart, and you can get it sent to you anywhere in the U.S. and maybe even international. I don't know. Damn, I'm not used to talking so long. God, I have not shut the hell up in over an hour. Oh, what's he saying? I mean, flavor wise, scoring overall. Oh, where do I score the Mob V2? Sorry about that. I'm not going to talk about it right now. Not because I don't want to. I rate it highly, I'll say that. But I am going to release a top 10 video of mods and RBAs. And I'm trying my best. I will 90% sure get that done by the end of this weekend. So just stay tuned for that. I will try to do the most thorough job I can explaining where I rate all this stuff because most reviewers are, I don't want to say they're like faking it, but they are, a lot of them are paid to pretty much say nice things about everything, or they get it for free and they'd feel like a dick if they said a lot of bad stuff about things. And I'd have no qualms about telling you things I don't like about stuff because I bought it. So I have every right to tell people how I feel about it. You know, I'm not trying to knock any company and I don't have a lot of subs or anything to like be a big influencer in that regard. So I don't feel guilty about telling people if something sucks. You know what I mean? There's not a lot weighing on that, but I'm definitely free to get that shit out there. Is it top 3, top 5, top 10? The Mob 2? I actually have it written down. I'm not going to show you, but I could tell you. Look at all these mods. I wrote down literally just about every Bora mod they make. Took me like a half hour. And I'm guarantee I missed a bunch. Well, that's how many there are now. It blows my mind. I wrote down all the RBAs out there that I could think of. Billet Box Info is a great website to learn anything about Boro mods. Just putting that out there. Yeah, I did. I actually put it. Let's just say I put it somewhere between top. Let's just say it's in top 5 because I don't want to wreck anything. And this is subject to change still. It's not official till it's official. And it's just my opinion anyway. It's not written in stone or nothing, but I definitely have it up there. You're welcome, Tim. Yeah, I mean, I would. Let me tell you about it, like, or actually ask you some things about it. What's your vaping style of choice? Do you like MTL, RDL, DL, or are you all over the place, or do you have a preference? That's all I want to know. DL. So I think it's a wise choice for you. That is what I feel like it excels at. Know that there are 2 versions of it. There is a DL version and an RDL slash MTL version. And I'm pretty sure the chimney sizes are maybe different on both, but I know that the wicking channel sizes are different on both. So you're going to want to get the bigger wicking channel. You got both caps. Okay, cool. If I had both caps, I mean, that's the whole point of it, of the Mob 2. I mean, I know that the grub screws are bigger and stuff, but which is nice compared to the Mob Mini, but I think the main difference is that it's bigger in general. It's a bigger deck. It's got bigger wicking channels. So you would want the DL version, I would think. But I don't know. I kind of prefer the regular Mob Mini wicking style to it. It's just bigger channels. I don't need them that much bigger. They're already huge on the Mob Mini. Those are pretty big wicking channels, and it works great just like that. So I think if I had both caps for it, I'd probably actually use the smaller one. Because I use a lot of 2.5 inner diameter coils, and I don't know. I comb out my stuff a lot. I give it a haircut, so I have to keep that in mind with that bridge because I can't take out too much cotton, or else it'll leak or something. So you can't really thin out the big wicking channel cap as much as I probably would normally with other RBAs. You use 2.5 to get better airflow. Yeah, like I like smaller coils so I can get maximum airflow and faster ramp up. Smaller can you have the juice? Oh yeah, the winter. I totally agree with you there. I'm having to between summer and winter. People that live in California don't know the heartaches of wicking, seasonal wicking, because in the summer my stuff could be leaking right now, but because it's winter, I step out in my garage and take a couple drags, and next thing I know, I get a dry hit because my stuff is wicked for like room temperature. Um, Cold weather, you have to wick thinner because the juice thickens up because of the cold, it gets more viscous. So it's something like, I don't know, people don't, it gets overlooked or whatever, but it's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing to recognize. Here's a little tip for you. If you got a vape outside in the cold, use 60/40. Nice. I'd say most of my juices are 70-30 or 80-20. And all 3 milligram, once in a while 0 milligram. But and you mix it yourself. I feel like juice you mix yourself always seems like it's juice you mix yourself always comes off less viscous to me. It always seems a little more watery. So maybe like commercial juices are actually a little thicker than they say they are or something. Or the brand of PG, I don't know. Anyhow, I'm getting sidetracked here. So what I wanted to say is to get around that, the best bet is start using your vape immediately when you get outside into that cold weather, because that warms everything up and will make your juice thinner. If you go outside and your vape is out there for a while and it's cold, even in your pocket probably, and then after it's cold, then you go to vape it, you're more likely to get that dry hit than if it was warm right away. So try to like use that shit right away and take a few drags, and that'll warm everything up so that it stays a little bit more, it'll flow a little better and actually wick a little faster. 5 watts lower to get it warm. Yeah. So I vape in my garage a lot, and I'll just because it'll get too cloudy, and that's what I do. I just hit everything right away, and it stays good longer. It's cool. I don't know if any of you want to chime in on this. Like, do any of you use what do I want to say? Air purifiers or anything? I'm looking to get an air purifier for my vaping, because I vape in this little fucking bedroom, gets too clouded out. It's a problem, you know what I mean? And then vapor in the air, if it's not being like channeled anywhere, like it stays in the air, and it actually like builds up moisture will build up in your room or whatever, and you can get mold and stuff like that. Window open. Yeah, well, what about with this weather? That's why you're getting dry hits. Yeah, I want to get an air purifier or something. I know they have some of them that are like almost specifically made for vaping. That could be pretty ideal. I remember Mark, Vaping Fagan, he did a video on some air purifier recently, and it just like made me think about it. I actually have one of these. I don't know if anybody's ever used this. It's called Smoke Trap. This little tiny little friggin' thing. I got this like a couple of years ago, and off Amazon. It was pretty cheap, and I just blow this the vapor into this. Now you see it's coming out, but it's a lot less cloudage than what would normally be if I just didn't use this. And this is old, so there is like a styrofoam looking thing, I'm pretty sure, inside here that you would change out. If you were smoking cigarettes and wanted to use this thing would be nasty as hell. But it's fine, it's just vapor, so it hasn't like gunked up real bad or anything. But I know it's old, and it probably needs a new thing in there. What'll happen is if I go crazy using this, after a while, like it'll actually start leaking, like this turns back into liquid and will be leaking out of it. So that's a problem. But I don't want to have to be using this all the time either. I would much rather just openly vape and have it go in the air purifier, and it would probably cut down on dust and stuff. Yeah, condensation. I mean, it didn't do that though for the longest time. It's only been doing that recently, and it's probably just because it's been overly used. It's probably just so saturated and not able to dry out. So, and that's another reason I don't really use RDAs that much, because they get too nasty, Yeah. So new stuff coming out. I'm definitely interested in it. I'm actually curious to try those RDAs, Aaron's and Ross. The Karma V2 from Mission. That looks pretty cool. Actually looks like it's kind of a weird connotation I made or association I made from this. But if you look at the what's it called, the dot mission, if I can find the adapter for it, shit, probably not gonna be able to find it. I don't know if any of you have a dot mission, but here it is. No, this is the 520 adapter. It's somewhere in there. Here it is. God damn it. So the dot mission adapter, 510 adapter. Doesn't that look familiar? I feel like they used some of the design from the adapter and incorporated it into the RBA that they're doing. Karma V2. Just an interesting little detail I'm trying to pick up on. Put a piece of tissue in it. Yeah. I have not even opened it up yet because I feel like I'll probably break the fucking thing. It's definitely cheap. But do I have a Hadley? Yeah, I love the Hadley. Hadley's great. The Hadley, the Citadel. I don't like the Entheon as much because it's a little awkward. I've always wanted the Hadion cap for it, but I never got it. And I went to buy that when they were closing, but because I remember I was talking about the Squevo I bought. But he sold the last one like right before I bought. I wanted to buy them all together. The Hadion cap. Yeah. It's your number one flavor chaser. Yeah. It's a great one to have. I mean, only use it in squawk. Yeah, I don't drip. I'm not a dripper kind of guy. Never have been. I mean, I have mechs and I used to use mechs for dual coil usage, but overall no, I don't. Like if I have a regulated mod, any kind of regulated RDA usage will not be a dripper. It'll be a squonk. Yeah. Cataly, I could do that too. I also would like to do like a top 10 RTA and RDA list. That would be nice. Yeah. Cataly. I want a Narda. I only have a clone, an SXK clone of the Narda, and I really enjoy this. And this is what I take to work. It's just a cheap old Pulse X, because I work in a really rough environment. So if I bring good stuff, it'll get ruined. But having bought an authentic Narca and comparing it to my clone Narda, I actually feel like I even like that more. So now I definitely want to get an authentic Narda. Even though the build deck's wacky, it's still I like the vape from it. Single airflow hole on the right side. It's got airflow holes on each side of the coil. The one that has the Narmod Addy that has airflow on one side is the Narba, and that's an RDTA. All the other Narmod Addies are dual-sided. Now, Wick'd and Monarchy have single-sided airflow on their RDAs. So I don't know. Any more questions? Is there any other products that I have or you think I have that you would like to see expedited, that you'd like to see more about, and like for me to do videos on sooner than others? Because it's hard for me to allocate time to doing this channel. Um, and I would like to do a lot more with it, but it's like I feel like I've already showed most of what I have in older videos, and unfortunately, I've only been doing the HD quality stuff recently. So some of those videos were a little shortchanged. I was either drinking too much or the video quality was terrible, my Wi-Fi was terrible. So I feel like I did a disservice to those products in those videos, but I'd like to, shed more light on anything you guys are interested in, so that I can work with. Yeah. Crazy Roach, what's up? I'm surprised ain't seen Hatman in here. Or I know this is a weird time for me to be doing this. Normally I'd be at work. So I may do another video. Like I pretty much said everything in this video, but I'd like to possibly do a part 2 later on today. And with Ryan, we talked about it a little bit. So that would be cool. And then later on, I'll try to get most of my top 10 stuff out of the way so that later on I could just kind of chill and we could do another video and maybe have a beer and kick back Friday night, chill time. Sweet. Thank you, Tim. Thank you guys for hanging out. If possible, throw a like, throw a comment if you want, or I don't know, whoever, my subscriptions are, this is the other thing I wanted to ask. I have 2 channels technically. I have my old channel, which was just called Tonome XO. And then I had to make a second one, Tonome XO with an asterisk, because my school, Temple University, that I graduated from 10 years ago, their email address, that account, that Gmail account is what I made this YouTube account with. It's what I've been using for years. Now that I finally decided to make videos on the account, my school decided to cut ties with Gmail, and in doing so, wanted to delete everybody's YouTube account. And they gave notice about this, but I'm not a student anymore, so I'm not going to know that. You know what I mean? Students knew ahead of time. I didn't. So one day, what was it, like 4 or 5 months after I made all these videos, I find out that my account's been deleted. So I asked them if I could still have it or they could bring it back temporarily so I could at least extract the videos, which they did. I re-uploaded all the videos onto this new email address and YouTube account, YouTube channel. And I assumed they were going to just delete the old one after I did that, but they didn't. Now they left it alone, and now it's been around for a few months, or I don't know, at least a couple months now. I've been waiting, thinking it's going to go away again, but it's still there. So I don't know what to do. Should I go back to the old account, which has like almost, I think, more than double the subscribers? Or should I just continue with this one because I can rely on it and I know what to expect and just try to build up the subscribers again? I don't know if people don't realize that there's 2 different channels, but there are. And people either just don't give a fuck or didn't get the message and they've not resubscribed to the proper channel now. So Maybe I'll go back to the old one just because it'll get more exposure because it already has more subs. I don't really know. I've talked about this before, and people are probably sick of hearing about it, but that is the case. I'm at a crossroad here about what to do with the channel in terms of like deleting the old one so people like definitely aren't confused as to which one's which, or I don't know, going back to that one. So I should make a move. I just don't know what to do. So that's about everything. If I missed something in this book, in my little itinerary here, maybe I'll touch on it later. Yeah. Oh, another couple things I could do. A GT3 review, Skyline, OG Skyline review, Theatro by Van and Dell. That's another company where they haven't done much recently. And the Evil Reaper V3, I think that would be worth a review because there's not much coverage on that on YouTube. Anything that there's not much coverage on YouTube, that's what I want to do videos on because I want it to just to be out there somewhere, for anyone to look up. This is how I got into vaping, watching YouTube reviewers demonstrate and explain products. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have gotten into it as much as I did. So just want to try to give back in whatever way I can. So a lot of people don't use Facebook. They don't know how to find out about this stuff. They used to watch YouTubers review it all. Now that there's not that many people doing YouTube videos and China's not making that many products, they're stuck. They don't have anywhere to turn to. So let me try to translate all that Facebook group content into the YouTube realm. That's kind of my mission statement here. So you found it just a few days ago? Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad as long as people are still, catching on to it or whatever. I guess it takes a lot longer. A lot of these people that have very successful vaping related YouTube channels have been doing it for over like a decade. Mark Todd, Grim Green, Jay Hayes, all those people have been doing this so long. So I have to take that into account when I think about like, damn, why is my subscriber count so low? These things just take time, I guess, and interest in vaping in general has probably dwindled a little bit since their days, when they caught on. So I just got to accept that it's place, you know what I mean? And no matter what, things would take time. So as long as somebody can get something out of it, it's worth it to me. That's all I'm looking for. Thank you. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, all I do is I upload it and maybe I'll share it in like one or two Facebook groups, and that's pretty much it. Like I just let the chips fall where they may. I don't. I've always had a problem with self promotion. I don't like to be in your face, like look at me. You know what I mean? In general, I like years ago I still am a musician and I like to play live, but I'm not like a showboaty kind of person. And it's really hard for me to um, put myself out there at times. Like, this is easy because it's a video. There's nobody actually here. You know what I mean? But I don't like having to, be in your face about, I much prefer a more humble, modest kind of nature, if that makes any sense. What's up, 3D? Hatman. Oh shit. Oh shit. There he is. Just finished work. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird time, right? I didn't expect too many people to be on at this time. It's a Friday and 1 o'clock right now. So I was off all week. my with pay. Yeah, the place I work at, they closed the week from Christmas to New Year, so I was fortunate to try to crank out some content in that time. This way I'm not dead tired, so I can actually feel like I can do something productive. So yeah, buddy. Too bad you caught me at the end here, I gotta tell you. But shit, almost that 2 hour mark. This is becoming a habit here. So I'm getting the vlog, getting a little rhythm in the vlogs, which is nice. But goddamn, like all this talking, shit, my mouth is like Sahara Desert right now. All right, I'm gonna let you go. What we're gonna do, hopefully, me and Ryan will do a video later on today or this evening, and I'm actually about to do a video, a short one, to explain to people how to apply battery wraps, which just sounds like really like mundane and obvious, but people don't realize a hair dryer sucks. If you have a heat gun, which is what I use, I'll show you in the video. Heat guns work like instantly. So I don't have any stock. I've hardly have. There's like 2 batteries I have that have stock wraps on them. I put ODB wraps on just about everything. And if you got a heat gun, it's so simple. So a really simple concept, and I'm sure it's been done plenty of times, but yeah, nice. Amazon, whatever. Like, I doubt you need an expensive one. Although I think this is a Craftsman one. It's probably nice. But yeah, I mean, as simple as it is, especially with this Boro market, a lot of mods, you see the battery wraps. And I mean, I don't know, it's not my gear, but I always see like these real nice setups. And then like they got like a Sony, what is it? What's the name? VTC 5 or BC? I can't even remember the names of this shit. How about a 30Q? I'll see a Samsung 30Q battery wrap and it'll like throw off the whole setup. And it's like people don't realize how it's not that much of a pain in the ass to put battery wraps on. BTC, yeah, okay. BCT 6, 4, 5, yeah. I have them too. I don't know. I've been on Molly Cell the past year or so. This new Molicel bat is, now we're talking about batteries, like damn it, I don't know where it is. There's a new Molicel battery, or no, actually it's a Samsung battery. There's a new Samsung battery that's incredible. A 21700. I can't remember what it's called though. 30E or something. It gets like 500 or 5000 mAh at like 25 or 30 amps, or maybe it's 35 amp or something. It's crazy. It lasts a long time, a real long time. I had it in my my 38, and like 3 days. It took like 3 days. P42B. I don't think that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. You said you just got some. Yeah, I mean they're good. But yeah, this new Samsung battery is freaking crazy. Yeah, I would find out where it is, but it could be in any of these mods right now. Actually, it might be in this one right now. Yep. Here it is. The 50S. This thing's crazy. It's a green wrap. Doesn't tell you the specs on it though. 50S, because there's a 50E also. It's not that one. 50S. It was on sale. It still might be for 18650 battery store. Amazing. I mean, the battery technology is incredible. So, 21700 is not like respected as much for some reason in the high end realm, because high end stuff is usually small, but the battery life is so drastically different and better with a 21700. So there's that. All right, I guess I'll let y'all go. Kind of rambling on, and got some other work to do for the channel. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's going to be anything better than that, right? And to be that size, it's definitely the pinnacle of battery quality. So, all right, folks, that'll do it. Thank you all for coming by. I see we got a few more likes up there, so thank you for doing that. Whatever can help circulate content, I appreciate it. So, Tim, Toasty, Hatman, Crazy Roach, all y'all, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. It's 3 days. Ryan, both Ryans. Until next time. All right. Take care, gang.